that official introduction. 5'3" with the big brown eyes and a smile that's lethal. She on the vlog lane now, coming for the title, believe it.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl T Michelle back here with another video. Y'all, we doing another episode review of The Chi. We doing number 6 and 7 because y'all know I called out sick last week. Yes, I did. I called out sick to the job, and I know that y'all are mad. I know that y'all are pissed off. But let's be honest. Last week's episode was trash. Am I right or am I right? Y'all can't front. Last week's episode was straight garbage. It was garbage. I didn't even understand what the hell was going on. I was like, why are we here? Why are we here? If y'all was gonna do an engagement episode, y'all could just do a cute little engagement scene and have the rest of the episode make sense. But we gonna get into it, y'all. So Bonnie and Clyde. That's my new name for them. Bonnie and Clyde is out there in the back of Alicia's backyard, and they burying Nuck's body and all type of shit. And I guess it's starting to hit Tiffany that, yo, I really just murked this nigga. Like, I really just blew his head off, like, in the house. Like, they digging, and then it dawns on her, she's like, yo, these niggas is gonna come look for me. They gonna kill me. Like, they gonna find out that I killed him, and they gonna kill me. And Victor is like, I got you, girl. Don't worry about it. I got you. Like, don't even trip. I got you. Like, I'm gonna be your bodyguard. She like, you really would do that? He's like, yeah, we in this together. I'll be your bodyguard or whatever. So in the midst of all the madness and them being criminals, Keisha calls. And it's the exact opposite. Because Keisha is so happy, and Keisha is like, girl, me and Emmett is engaged. Being mad corny. Me and Emmett is engaged. So now Tiffany, she got to suck that shit up. She got to suck it up. She all out of breath. She all out of breath from digging this hole. And she like, oh, congratulations, girl. Oh, so you proposed. She's like, no, we proposed to each other. And I said, I'm happy for you. She's like, I'm so happy for you. All out of breath. I'm happy for you, girl. Yeah. So she's like, I'm happy too. Do you think Nuck is going to be happy? And Tiffany is like, I don't know. And then Keisha's like, he's not there. And Tiffany's like, nah, we got into a fight last night and he left. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. She's like, don't worry about it. And she's like, well, I'll talk to you later. She's like, I'll talk to you later, girl. And they go back to digging this hole, burying this nigga in the backyard. Some real mafia shit. So then, I guess like a week or so later, Tiff takes it upon herself because it's clear that she feels guilty. So she takes it upon herself to be the one to plan the engagement party. And they're going to do the engagement party at her house. She's showing Keisha the little cups and the little glasses and all that fly shit. And Keisha's like, yeah, that's nice, but where's Nuck? Like, and she's like, I don't know. She a little too calm. Like, girl, if you gonna if you trying to do a cover up, you just murk somebody and you trying to cover this shit up, you gotta be a little bit more girlfriendish, okay? You can't just be like, I don't know. Because everybody that asked her, she like, I don't know where that nigga at. I don't know. And Keisha is like, you not worried? And she's like, no, I'm not. And she's like, why you not panicking? Like, I'm the one over here freaking out, and you just like, whatever. And she's like, listen, he's disappeared on me before, so whatever. And Keisha's like, yeah, he disappeared on me too before. And then Tiffany is like, he ain't been acting himself lately. Like, ever since we got into that little confrontation and ever since he had that fight with Bakari or whatever, he ain't really been acting like himself. And Keisha's like, yeah, but enough to ghost everybody? Like, to just dip set like that? He wouldn't do that. Like, what about his son? He wouldn't just leave Ronnie like that. He loves his son. And Tiffany is like, I don't know. Tiffany's like, I don't know. And Keisha's like, what you mean you don't know? You don't know if he loves his son? She's like, no, you right. You right. It's like, it snapped her back to reality. Like, no, you right, girl. You right. He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that. Yeah, he gonna be back. He wouldn't do that. Tiffany, girl, you gotta get it together. You not holding this together like we need you to hold this together. If you on front and pretend like you don't know where this nigga at, you gotta at least pretend to be a little bit distraught, okay? So then the niggas pull up to Tiffany house, stiff necked Smitty that don't blink. That nigga scare me just because he don't blink. And I know that you can't trust people that don't blink because 9 times out of 10 it's because they be hearing voices and they don't know which one to respond to first. So they really focused and they don't blink. But yeah, stiff necked Smitty, he pull up to the house and she like, nah, because Victor's there, because Victor's the bodyguard. So she like, nah, they can come in or whatever like that. He like, yo, where Nuck at? She like, nigga, I don't know. I don't know where he at. We had a fight and he left. I don't know where he at. And so Smitty is like, I think that you killed him. Now remember, Smitty has said to Nuck, it might be your own bitch that take you out. You never know. It might be your own bitch. And Nuck was like, nah, not my girl. My girl would never do that. My, how the tables have turned. So Smitty is like, yeah, I think that you killed him. And so Victor's like, now why would she do that? And he's like, I don't know. Why don't she tell me? She like, I'm his girl. Why would I do something like that? Matter of fact, get the fuck out my house. And Stiff Neck got up in her face and was like, you better watch how you talk to me. And she was like, and what if I don't? I ain't gonna lie, I'll probably say some shit like that. The girl that played Tiffany, I don't know her name, but the girl that played Tiffany, she really from Chicago. And I know what it's like. I know what it's like, girl. When you raised in like a city like that, me being from New York, and when you raised in a city like that, where the niggas will jump up in your face or the niggas will try to fight you, we known for being like, and what you gonna do, nigga? Like, you jumping up in my face like I'm a whole man. I will beat the shit out of you. What you gonna do if I don't? Like, knowing damn well we might get the piss kicked out of us, but we still gonna be like, and what you gonna do if I don't? Like, what? So he stares her down. They have their little stare down. Ooh, so scared. But he agrees to leave. So then she like, the next time, call before you come over here. And he's like, it ain't gonna be no next time. I said, ooh, girl, I don't know what that means, but you better be afraid, girl, because that nigga neck don't move. So then the next couple of scenes, it ain't no real big thing. It's fucking Keisha and Emmett doing their little wedding planning and how they can't agree on nothing. And the wedding planner is Miss Leela Rashawn. She look good. You still look good, girl. After all these years, you still look good. But yeah, that they can't agree on nothing. Emmett want a big wedding. Keisha don't want a whole bunch of people there. Emmett wants Smokies to cater the wedding. Keisha don't want Smokies at her wedding. Like, it's just a whole bunch of shit. And I'm like, all right, could y'all be more like embarrassing in front of this lady? You don't argue in front of the wedding planner. Like, yeah, let her talk. Let her do the talking, and then y'all be like, yes or no. But they was just disagreeing with everything. Like, everything one person said, the other person said the opposite. So that was all there was to that scene. Girl, Tiffany done called Bakari over to the house. And she looking all washed up and just stressed. She is looking stressed. That guilt is eating her alive. And Bakari pull up and she like, yo, did you know that Nuck killed Rob? And Bakari like, yeah, I did. And she smacked the whole spark out of that man's face. She smacked fire out of his face. And she like, what the fuck? She like, and you didn't tell me? You know that this nigga killed Rob and you didn't tell me? Why you didn't tell me that? And he's like, cause I was afraid he was gonna kill me. I ain't want this nigga to kill me. And then she go, I killed Nuck. I killed him. I did it. And Victor is standing in the back like, girl, I don't think I could be your partner in crime because you supposed to keep this a secret. She got Victor all stressed. That's why he looking all homeless. But he's standing there like, girl, you not supposed to tell nobody that's what happened. We supposed to be sticking to y'all got into a fight and he left. And you telling niggas that you killed him. So Bakari is shocked. He's like, you what? You did what? She's like, I killed him. So then she's like, whatever, it's done. But now you work for me. And I want you to move into that nigga's house. And if anybody come by asking where he is, you saying that he left and you don't know where he at. And Bakari is like, nigga, what? I'm not doing that. That's crazy as hell. I'm not doing that. She's like, yes, you are. Because, nigga, I said so. And this is what you gonna do. And then she's like, and you better not tell nobody what happened here today. You better not mention this to nobody. What we just talked about. And I'm like, girl, this is, I said this from the start. I'm like, this is a bad thing. And you know what, y'all? I knew that was a setup because everybody know, including his crew, including his old crew. And I know that Nuck got beef with a lot of people, but the most recent beef that everybody know about and everybody seen was with him and Bakari. So you beef with this nigga and then the next thing you in his house? That don't look good. That don't look like, and then he disappeared and don't nobody know where he at. I said, Tiffany, girl, you dirty. You playing this real dirty. You playing it real dirty. But I get it. So back to dusty ass Rashad. He's upset and he's blaming himself for Nora's death. And he's like, I gotta find out who killed her. I gotta find out who did this because this is not right. And Patience is sitting there like, you see me sitting here, right? Why you so invested? Like, this is done. It's done. It's unfortunate, but there's nothing that you could do about it. So why are you so invested? And he's like, she was a good person, and I don't feel like that's right, and I gotta find out who did it. And And Patience is like, you know what? I don't know how me and you was gonna work. And he's like, well, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? And she's like, because you stay living in your past. Like, you holding on to your past. And I don't know how we could be together if you constantly putting yourself in situations that you don't need to be in. And situations that don't got nothing to do with you. And then she's like, you know what? I ain't gonna be able to do it. I ain't going to the party. I'm not going to the engagement party. He like, so you mad now? And she's like, she like, I think you should go without me because I don't think I could do it. And if I was her, I would have told that dusty ass nigga, get the fuck out my house. You want to go play Carmen Sandiego, nigga? Go ahead and leave my house while you playing Carmen Sandiego. Because you ain't going to bring no static to my area code. Like, get the fuck out of here with that. If I was Patience, dusty ass Rashad would have to leave. So then he go home to get ready for their little engagement party, and Victor is there, still looking homeless, but not looking as homeless as he was looking before. He was looking a little bit less homeless. You know, he trying to do his tie, and he can't do his tie because he's stressed out. So Rashad is looking at him, and Rashad is like, yo, you good? He's like, yeah, man, I'm good. He's like, it don't seem like it. It seemed like you a little bit tense. And he's like, nah, man, I'm good. And he's like, what about you? You good? He like, Patience ain't coming to the party. Like a little kid. Patience ain't coming to the party. So Victor is like, why? Y'all had a fight? And he's like, yeah, because I want to find out who killed Nora. And even Victor is like, and Victor is his ace. Like, Victor's his homeboy. And even Victor's like, why? Why? So he's like, I feel like I should find out who killed her. I want to go find out who killed her. And Victor's like, nigga, that is your past. Like, leave it alone. That's your past, and Patience is your future. I agree with her. Like, what are you doing? And he's like, and don't forget that you had promised me and Jake that you wasn't going to be on that fuck shit, and you wasn't going to be out there in the streets doing all type of fuck shit. He's like, yeah, I know, but I still feel like it's my responsibility to do it. And Victor's like, man, fuck that. Victor's like, fuck that, man. Leave that shit alone. He's like, you ain't even know that lady. He's like, she was a good person. And Victor's like, you didn't even fucking know that lady. Like, y'all smashed a couple of times, and that's about it. Y'all, you didn't even know her. Listen, I'm with you when you right. Like, Victor is right. Like, look, Dusty, you already got a good girl that you done moved in with. You dating. You done met her son. You done met her ex-husband. All type of stuff. And then you wanting to go out there and play Carmen Sandiego or whatever. You out there trying to be Detective Stabler and Olivia Benson and all of them out here trying to solve a murder of a lady who was cool with you going to jail for the rest of your life, who took money from somebody to lie on you so that you could stay in jail. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. And I don't understand why they got Rashad looking like this. Like I said, Rashad is a Dusty, but I ain't never really had too much problem with his character until this season, because he really looking like a lame, like a whole lame. And it don't make no sense. It don't make no type of sense. So everybody goes to the little engagement party. Oh, it's so fun. Everybody, oh, they getting married. Oh, everybody having a good time. And Victor is standing over there at the table. Emmett goes over there. And they having a little powwow, a little talk. So Emmett is like, what's up? How you doing? And Victor's like, man, I'm so proud of y'all. I'm so proud of y'all for doing this, tying the knot, getting married. This is beautiful. I love it. So he's like, yeah, all that. But all that. But did you tell Tiffany about Nuck? He like, yeah, I told her. And then he's like, okay, so what happened? He said he came home, they got into a fight, and he left. He said he left. He said, yeah, he left. He left. I don't know. He just left. So Emmett is like, you sure he left? See, that's what I like about Emmett. If something don't sit right with Emmett is gonna keep asking questions. He don't even care. When something don't sit right, he gonna keep asking questions. And he'd be the first to be like, nigga, what? Like, that don't make no sense. So he's like, you sure that he left? He said, I mean, I believe so. He's like, did you actually see him leave? He like, I heard the door slam behind him. He's like, are you telling me the truth? He's like, nigga, this is your engagement party. Victor changed the subject real fast. He like, this is your engagement party. Can we just focus on that and be happy? We don't need to talk about that. We don't need to talk about that. Let's leave it alone. Which is right, because y'all, even from the last season, when Nuckhead took out Duda, and then he was killing people, and then nobody know that he killed Rob, but all the people that was there when he killed Rob. But I'm just saying, even from last season into this season, everybody like, this nigga gotta go. We sick of him. He crazy. He gotta go. He another Duda. He gotta go. And now he gone, and everybody is asking where he at. I don't understand this whole party. Everybody's supposed to be getting drunk, celebrating and eating cake and doing all types of stuff. Everybody in every other conversation at the tables is, where's Nuck? Anybody seen Nuck? Anybody know where Nuck is? What's going on with Nuck? Fuck that nigga. Like, y'all wanted him gone and now he's gone. So what is the issue? Like I said, a whole bunch of unnecessary shit is happening at this party. Victor's ex-girl done showed up. Fatima done showed up. And I feel like she just there to be a weirdo. She there to investigate some shit because she heard, just like when he was in jail, and that's why she came down to the jail. She heard that Victor and Tiffany were getting close. So I think she wanted to see for herself. And then she comes to the party, and of course she sees them talking. She sees them going upstairs, and she just... her face pisses me off. Like, she just give bird. Like, she give the type of person, like, I can't be with you, but I don't want you to be with nobody else. Because that's what it's given. Like, this man is in everybody else's business. And I don't mean it like that, because Victor is a good dude. But he's like the Superman of the hood. Niggas is always calling him when they in trouble. So you know that your man or your ex-man is like that. And he can't be the way that you want him to be. Like, you know this. So why you keep popping up? Let that man live his life. And then he come down to the table and they have their little conversation. She asking all type of questions, calling Tiffany a bitch and all type of stuff. It's like, girl, that is not your man no more. What he do don't got nothing to do with you because that is not your man no more. She showed up to be a weirdo. So Detective Rashad, pulls up on Reg, and Reg is doing what he always do, sitting in the chair smoking, doing his thing or whatever. So he pulls up. He's like, yo, who the fuck killed Nora? He's like, nigga, I know that you had something to do with it. Who killed Nora? He's like, listen, I ain't got that type of information for you. Then this nigga pulls a gun on him. Like I said, fucking Carmen San Diego. Detective Stabler. So he pulls a gun and he's like, whoa. He's like, all right, calm down. Calm down, nigga. All right, I'll tell you. He's like, I want to know who killed her. He's like, I ain't the one that pulled the trigger. He's like, all right, well, tell me who did then. And he's like, if I tell you, you gotta do something for me. Now, this shocked me. I ain't even gonna lie. This really shocked the hell out of me. Like, so he's like, listen, I'll tell you, but you gotta help me with something. He like, what? He's like, I need you to help me get back good with my brothers. Rashad is like, nigga, I can try, but them niggas ain't fucking with you. I can try, but I don't know what to tell you, but I'll try. He's like, the order came from Rosalind. And Rashad is like, you know, he all bulked up. And so, you know, and that was that. So now he knows who killed Nora. He ain't had to do much investigation, but now he know who killed Nora. So now we get into the last scene of the episode. Like I said, the whole episode was basically the corny ass engagement party. So now we get to the last scene, and Tiffany and Keisha standing outside, and they talking, and Keisha is still like, I'm scared, and I hope that Nut comes back because this is not like him, and I hope that he comes back, and blah 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 blah. And Tiffany is standing there, and she's the guilt is eating her up in the stomach area. You know, her face looked like she got gas, like she's scared, and she like, so let me pay for your wedding. Cause she starts telling her how her and Emmett, you know, they in conflict about the wedding and what they're gonna do for the wedding or whatever like that. And she's like, well, what do you want? This is your day. What do you want? And she's like, let me pay for it. And she's like, you don't have to do that. You do enough. Like, you did the engagement part. And she's like, no. She's like, I want your day to be special and you deserve it. She's like, let me pay for it. Alicia done left me a whole bunch of money, so let me pay for it. And she like, oh, girl, I love you, girl. I love you. She's like, I love you. Like, sister wives. So then she's like, do you think Nuck will be there for the wedding? And Tiffany is like, I don't know. Tiffany is saying all this, and they having this full-blown conversation with this nigga buried 6 feet under both of their feet. That shit was crazy. But that was the end of the episode, y'all. Now let's get into episode 7. The name of the episode is called Icebox. And if this shit was not an icebox material, you got an icebox where your heart used to be type shit, I don't know what was. But y'all, here's episode 7. We're going to get into episode 7. So Tiff is in the bed and she having a nightmare about, you know, what she has done. She has done something catastrophic. And it's eating away at her. She's dreaming of Nuck, and she's dreaming of, you know, making love to Nuck, and when he was eating her pussy on that staircase and, and banging her back out and rubbing her feet and all type of stuff. You know, she thinking about it. She thinking about it real hard. She thinking about it real hard because she like, damn, I really killed this nigga. So she wake up because I guess, you know, Victor heard her tossing and turning. So Victor comes in the room and he's like, you all right? And she's like, I can't stop thinking about Nuck. And then Victor's like, well, yeah, you know, that comes with it. That goes with it, you know. Let's not forget, Victor's nickname is Trig. So we know what he used to do. So Tiffany takes this opportunity to be like, why did you ever kill somebody? Why did you do it? And Victor is like, it came down to a situation where I felt like they was gonna kill me, so I had to do what I had to do. And she's like, well, how did it make you feel? He's like, It didn't make me feel better. He's like, it's something that I have to live with, but that shit ain't make me feel better. I can't, like, not being able to sleep is a part of is a part of the process, but that shit didn't make me feel better. So then she got the nerve to look at this nigga and be like, well, why you didn't tell me that this is how it was? Like, why you didn't tell me? He was like, you didn't give me a chance to. Like, you just shot the nigga. So, which makes me believe that Victor probably wanted to talk to Nuck to find out what was the reason why he did what he did to Nuck. Like, why? Well, to Rob. Like, I think Victor wanted to talk to him. And I think Victor maybe wanted to beat his ass because Victor been wanting to beat his ass. But I get the feeling that Victor wanted to talk to him. And Tiffany just went off the rail on emotion and just shot the nigga in his head. So he's like, well, you didn't give me a chance to tell you anything because when the nigga came upstairs, you just shot him. Like, what the fuck? Tiffany pissed me off this episode because she's definitely the new Alicia. Like I said, from the first episode, let the record show that I said it, y'all. I seen it coming. Just how she was walking around in them robes like this in the house. Ain't even her house, but she was walking around with the wine and the roses and the weed and all that. I said, girl, this is the new Alicia. This is the new motherfucking Alicia. But y'all remember how Alicia was mad and impulsive? Like, she didn't ask no questions. She just would be shooting niggas when Rob got killed. That's fucking Tiffany. Like, she mad impulsive and she don't think and she just do shit. So then Victor is like, yo, the streets is talking and it's getting around that Nuck is dead, that somebody killed Nuck. So she's like, how they know that? He's like, these people ain't stupid. This is the shot. Like, people ain't stupid. They can pretty much put 2 and 2 together. So then she's like, well, if anybody asks, I think that we should say Bakari did it. I said, wait. Hold up. Wait. I said, wait, hold on, bitch. Hold on, bitch. Like, and with a straight face, the way that she said it, she was so cold. She was like, I think that we should say that Bakari did it. And so Victor's like, what? She's like, it only makes sense. I mean, everybody know that Bakari is a killer. He done killed somebody before, talking about Ronnie. He's like, he done killed somebody before. And then Victor was like, yeah, but that was a long time ago. She's like, it don't matter. Like, I still say that we should say that he did it. So Victor's like, so what, you trying to be the new Alicia? She's like, I don't know. I don't know. I said, bitch, you trifling as hell. Like, it's bad enough that you got this nigga living in this man's house, in this dead man's house, and now that's your agenda to let everybody believe that Bakari did it? So Emmett and Keisha are with the wedding planner again, but this time they in Tiffany's club or in Tiffany's lounge or whatever. And they talking and they still arguing and going back and forth, but now they got Tiffany putting her little 2 cents in it. And Emmett is like, hold on. He's like, just because you paying for shit does not mean I don't get an input. Like, I don't get a say and nothing like that because you paying for shit. And she's like, well, I do get a say. And I'm like, look at this bitch. I'm like, ain't you got enough problems? So then the wedding planner is sitting there and she's like, what's going on? Like, just sitting there rolling her eyes like, girl, these people was crazy. They can't come up with nothing. So then Keisha is like, she do get a say. She's my maid of honor. And Emma's like, that's my ex-wife. So then the wedding planner is like, oh, y'all one of them type of families. And they're like, what that mean? What's that supposed to mean? She was like, nah, y'all are not conventional. Y'all are not conventional type of people. And they're like, yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that or whatever like that. But that's basically what that scene was. Them going back and forth, not agreeing on anything. But now they got Tiffany involved because she paying for it. So Stiff-Neck Smitty calls a meeting with the gang. And he's like, listen, y'all, Nuck is gone. Don't know where he at. Don't know if he coming back. But in the meantime, I'm in charge. And it was like, that nigga couldn't wait to say that. It was like he was waiting for Nuck to not be around so that he could be in charge. I believe that's what he wanted from the jump. Because I believe he was higher than Nuck was when he was down with Duda and all the rest of them. So he's like, yeah, so Nuck is not here, and until he come back, I'm in charge. And listen, we ain't fucking with that bitch no more. So, money might be tight, but I'ma find us a new supplier. And if anybody wanna leave, and if anybody got a problem with anything I said, let me know right now so that I could shoot you right in your head, and it could just be all be done with. And I'm like, and them niggas is like, nah, nigga, whatever you want. You the boss. You the boss. You in charge. We ain't got no problem. We ain't got no problem, sir. We ain't got no problem. So then Tiff calls Bakari back to her house. And they come and they tell him, and you know what made me mad about this scene is the fact that Victor was going along with it. Victor, you know where this boy came from. You know where this boy came from. Y'all, you know where he started from and how hard it was for y'all to get this nigga to stop acting like an asshole. If you do not remember, for y'all that don't remember, for y'all that just started watching The Chi, Bakari was an asshole. We met him, and the very first scene he was ever in, he killed somebody. And he was an asshole. And then he was always fighting Jake. Him and Jake was always getting into fights. Then he was fighting Rashad. And Rashad was trying to be a mentor to him. And then he finally started listening to Rashad. And then he fell in love with Big Face Lene. And then he was cool and he calmed down. Now, y'all are sitting in front of him. Tiffany is sitting in front of him talking about, yeah, so I want you to say that you killed Nuck. And Bakari is like, I'm not doing that shit. Why the fuck would I do that? She's like, oh, you gonna do it because this is payback for you not telling me that he's the one that killed my baby father. She like, nigga, you was sitting right there when he pulled the trigger. He's like, no, I wasn't. He was like, first of all, I didn't even know that it was Rob that was in the trunk. He's like, and when we pulled up to drop him off on the doorstep, when I found out it was Rob, I threw up. So she's like, it doesn't matter. You a killer anyway. Everybody know that you a killer. And then she asked him the same question that she asked Victor. Why did you do that? Why did you do it? And Bakari is like, nah, you can't say that about me because that was different. That nigga killed my best friend, so I had to kill him. Like, I wanted revenge. And she's like, I can understand that part. She like, I can understand that part. And then she's like, well, how did it make you feel? He was like, it ain't make me feel nothing. And she was like, I understand that part too, but guess what? You still gonna do what the fuck I told you to do, and that's what you gonna tell Keisha. And then he's like, well, how is Keisha gonna feel when she finds out that you the one that killed her baby father? I said, Bakari, Tiffany is really fighting with herself because you can see how on one hand she's sympathetic and she feel bad. And then at the same time, she threatened this nigga too. She threatened Bakari. And he's like, yo, you really would kill me? And she's like, if I have to. But at the same time, you understand that this nigga didn't know that Rob was in the trunk and that he got sick. And the first time that he killed somebody was because the person killed his best friend. Like, you understand. But at the same time, you still gonna be a bitch and ruin this nigga's life. Like, she really battling with herself. I feel like she really battling with herself. Should I be Alicia or should I be Tiffany? I guess we gonna find out by the end of the season, huh? So then, after she sets that whole thing up, she takes it upon herself because Keisha is still asking. Keisha still want to know where her baby father is because this is crazy. So Tiffany takes it upon herself to put the little bug in Keisha's ear, like, well, maybe you should ask Bakari where Nuck is at. She's like, why would I ask Bakari? Say, I mean, you know, they did have that little fight at my club, and I mean, so maybe you should go and ask Bakari what happened to him. And that's exactly what Keisha do. She go and she asks Bakari what happened. Oh my goodness. She go and she's like, where's Nuck? She go to Bakari and she's like, where's Nuck? And Bakari think about it for a little while and he like, I killed him. And Keisha get all, why would you do that? Why? Why would you do that? He like, I had to. Like, Why? He's like, it was either him or me. And Keisha's sitting there crying and her heart is all broken. She like, I want to know where his body is at. And Bakari's like, why the hell you need to know all that? She's like, because I want my son to see his father for one last time before I put him in the ground. He's like, well, it doesn't matter because that nigga gone. Like, we did all that shit already. I thought that was so stupid though, because I mean, if you could look at that nigga just from her asking all them fucking questions, and you can't look at this nigga and see that he lying, like, and it was like she was, but you know, she was all overcome with grief. So she's like, I want to see him. I want to know where his body is at. He's like, nigga, you don't need to know all that shit. That shit is long. That shit is done with. Like, and that was the end of that scene. She all sad. So then she all on the bed. She at home. She go home after he confessed, and she all sad and she all distraught. And Emmett comes and she's like, Emmett, Bakari killed Nuck. He like, how you know that? Who told you that? She like, Bakari told me. Bakari told me that he killed. And even, I mean, you can see he got, the questions was all in his forehead. You can see that he had questions because his forehead got mad wrinkled. He like, nah, that don't sound right. Because if you remember, when Victor found out and heard that recording and he went to Emmett and told Emmett, they agreed that Victor had to tell Tiffany before anybody told Keisha anything. So, according to Emmett, the only people that knew about Nuck or that Nuck had killed Rob was him, Victor, and Tiffany. Bakari name never even came up. So, according to Emmett, that's the only people that knew. And then after that conversation, Nuck turns up dead. So it's like, nah, that don't sound right. So she's like, you need to tell him to go. You need to tell him to go because he can't work at Smokey's no more. And so Emmett is like, wait, calm down. He's like, nah, let me talk to him. And she's like, talk to him about what? He already told me everything. He's like, nah, I need to talk to him because he might tell me what he's not telling you. He might give me more information than what he's giving you. So Emmett goes to Smokey's and Bakari is there. He's like, yo, come on, I gotta talk to you. So then they go into the freezer. Take him into the freezer. But he's like, I know that you didn't kill Nuck. And he's like, well, how you know that? He's like, because Victor told me. And he's like, listen, don't tell Keisha. He's like, well, Keisha want me to fire you because she's like, you can't work here. He's like, so you gonna fire me? And Emmett just looks at him and he's like, you know what? Fuck it. And Bakari leaves. So now this nigga ain't got no job. Now he back to not having no job. And Emmett is like, God damn, like, you know, Emmett is caught in the middle, like, damn, I know that something is not right. Somebody is not telling the full truth. I don't know, y'all. It's making me nervous because the way they keep taking shit away from this dude, it's like, yo, y'all setting it up for him not to be here. This is the last season. And y'all are setting it up for this dude not to be here. And I'm like, I don't like that. I swear. If Bakari is not, he better jump on that motherfucking plane to Atlanta. I don't know why he would want to come here. But he better jump on that motherfucking plane, bus, train, whatever the fuck, to Atlanta. He better get going. Because I don't like how this is looking. And I do not like how they setting him up. They really setting this nigga up for failure. And I don't like it. So that leaves the spot open for Smokey's. And that long-faced dude from ATL is going to be working there now. He was working there before, but then he was in the streets, so Emmett kicked him out. So Emmett was like, you can come back, but you can't be in the streets if you're going to be working here. I don't want none of that shit in my establishment. He like, all right. So then long-faced dude from ATL, he finds out that his girl been giving Reg pills. So he's like, listen, leave that nigga alone. And she's like, yeah, but you done fucked with Reg. And he's like, listen, what me and Reg got going on ain't got nothing to do with you. Leave that nigga alone. Don't get involved in none of this shit that he doing. And he's like, listen, we gonna be together. You can't do that. So then she got to go to Reg and be like, Reg, I can't give you no more pills. So now Reg ain't got no supplier, which leads him back to Tiffany. So he pulls up to Tiffany's house. And Victor is there, and Victor's like, nigga, what the fuck? What the fuck is you doing here? Like, ew. They really don't fuck with this nigga. Like, they really don't fuck with this nigga. And he keep coming around, and he keep trying, and they just like, nigga, I don't fuck with you. So then Tiffany's like, nah, it's cool, I'll talk to him. So they go up in her office or whatever. And he's like, I ain't got no supplier, and I heard that you got work, and we could do a little deal, and I can protect you. And she's like, nigga, you can't guarantee me none of that in the shower. So she's like, listen, I'll give you some work, but it's gonna be a trial run. It's gonna be a little trial run, and we see how everything is going. So they make their little deal and do the little trial run, and that's that. This next scene was so sad, and I shed a little tear. So, you know, Ronnie Jr. is asking for his daddy, and Keisha has to tell him that daddy is not coming back. He's like, why isn't? Why? And we all like, why? Because if nothing else, Nuck was a good father. So he's like, why? And she's like, because he had to heaven needed him or some bullshit like that. She said something like that because heaven needed him. He had to go to heaven for a little while or whatever. He's like, why? She's like, I don't know why. And Emmett is standing at the door like, damn. That was a sad scene. It could have been more sad, but it was sad enough. So Jake ain't had no storyline this season. Am I the only person that noticed that Jake ain't had no storyline this season? Like, why the fuck was he there? I mean, in the beginning, it looked like maybe him and Reg was going to get into some static, and maybe he would be the one to take out Reg, even though I said he pussy and that's not in him. But even still, it was a possibility still. But he ain't got nothing going this season. All he doing is throwing parties with this big forehead girl. And so he decides that he gonna throw this party where ain't no phones. I like that idea that there wasn't no phones, because I do believe that we all are so invested in the phones and we missing out on real life. And a lot of us are getting a lot of shit confused with reality because we online so much and we on our phone so much. So I was digging that. But to be honest with y'all, the only thing I liked about that scene is that they played One Call Away. And Jason Weaver was featured on that song. That's the only thing. I said, oh, that's dope. I said, oh, they get a little shout out to your boy. That was so nice. But other than that, I was like, why the fuck are we watching this? Like, what is the point of this? Victor and Fatima sit down and had a little conversation. This scene was so corny, but it was cute all at the same time. So they talking and they go back and forth. Like I said, you already know that this man can't be with you the way you want this man to be with you. He's always in somebody's business. First it was politics, then it was the streets and all type of stuff. And you keep giving him these ultimatums saying that this is what you want. But girl, you know that he cannot be with you the way that you want him to be with you. And you keep trying. So yeah, she's like, so why are we sitting here talking? Why you want to have this conversation? And he's like, I wanted to talk to you. And she's like, I feel like you wanted to. She's like, why? You wanted to see if I still give you butterflies? He's like, no, you give me fireflies. Because when I see you, you just light me up. Y'all, if anybody but Luke James would have said that line, it would have been like, get the fuck out of here, nigga. But because it's Luke James, he got away with that corny ass shit. But I was like, y'all need to leave each other alone. I'm like, why are y'all even talking to each other? This is such a waste of time. But you know what? Ain't that what we do? Ain't that what people do? You be talking to people that you done broke up with, and the relationship is supposed to be over. But then every now and again, you hit them up. Well, I don't do it. I don't know about y'all. I don't do that shit. Like, nigga, you gone, stay gone. Don't even bother coming back, because if you gone, stay gone. I done had a funeral for you in my head. I bought the black dress. I said the prayers. I sung the songs. If you gone, stay gone. Don't come back. But for you other people, something is over and you should just leave it dead, but you want to see if it still got a little life, and if you could put some resuscitation back in that's them. But they need to leave each other alone, because that shit ain't gonna work, and they both know that shit ain't gonna work. So Rashad is out there now that he know who done killed Norma. He's still out there and was out there playing pet detective and all type of shit. But then I guess he coming to his senses and it's starting to make sense. Like, you know what? I should chill out. I should chill out because that is my past, and I should chill out. So he tells Patience that he's sorry. He's like, I'm sorry. And she apologizes to him. And she's like, yeah, I'm sorry too, because I didn't, you lost somebody that meant something to you, and I didn't take that into consideration. And he's like, yeah, and I should have believed you, because he was questioning her. He was like I said he was going to start questioning her. He was like, did you really have people watching her house, or was you really trying to protect her and stuff like that? So he apologized for that, and then they made up, and then that was the end of that scene. And then, y'all, Bakari is in the crib smoking. Next thing you know, that light turned red. Bing, 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 bing. And the light turned red, and he gonna open the door. And who's standing at the door? Detective Toussaint. I said, ah, shit rocks. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. I just know that I do not like this. I don't like how they doing my boy Bakari. And I told y'all, listen, I can't take seeing him get killed in something else. So they better kill Reg, because we don't need Reg. Like, let's be honest. We don't really need Reg. It was cute when that nigga came back, and we was like, oh shit, Reg ain't dead, but now it's like, you are paying everybody ass. We really don't need you. But, y'all, the way they setting shit up is like Bakari is not going to make it. And I cannot take not seeing him. I cannot take seeing him get shot up like he did in Power. I don't want to see it. It's too much for my heart. Okay? But yeah, y'all, that was it. That was the episode 6 and 7 of The Chi. Y'all, we gonna do this next week. I don't know. Like I said, we got 3 episodes left. I don't know what's gonna go down, but I do know that some shit is about to go down. So yeah, y'all like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you know the next time I post. I love y'all so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I will see y'all next week. All right? Peace.
Hostile takeover, you better learn it. The queen is here to stay, the game is over, yeah, she earned it. The queen is here to stay, the game is over, yeah, she earned it. That's Tracy Michelle, putting the whole city down. The queen is here to stay, the game is over, yeah, she earned it. Tracy Michelle.